All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday, not much going on. So we're gonna head to Grande Dique today, and we're gonna try out the POTA PERformer with the brand new Chameleon 40 meter coil and the 40 meter counterpoises. And we're gonna see if we can get long path to Japan from one of our favorite testing spots in Grande Dique. Don't know how it's going to work out. The band conditions don't look all that favorable, but the other day it said fair, and it turned out to be some pretty good long path that night. So we're going to go try. Not sure it's going to be successful, but hey, you don't know unless you try. So let's get in the truck and head to Grande Dique and test this POTA PERformer on 40 meters. All right, everyone, so here we are at the Pioneer Museum here in Grande Dique. This is a fairly new Parks on the Air location. It is actually a Government of Canada site here in New Brunswick for the under Veterans Affairs and parks. So it's pretty cool that we have a location like this here in New Brunswick to play ham radio. We're going to try out the POTA PERformer here on 40 meters. After we find a good spot to set up, we'll do a little bit of a reconnaissance here and just see what's in this general area here and see what we can take advantage of here. There's also a trail here, the Museum Trail. I think that's what it says here. So there's this Frisbee golf area that don't think that generator over there is going to come into play. We could set up there. What we want to do is get a good exposure to the salt water, of course. One of our goals for today is to make sure that we can at least try to work long path to Japan. Also, look at this. Here's a lighthouse. And guess what? It is a New Brunswick lighthouse. So I need to see if this is on, lighthouse is on the air too. This lighthouse was built in 1912. So even if this is not the original site for it, it could be a historical lighthouse. We'll need to double check and make sure that's on lighthouses on the air. If that is, then that's great. We can add that to our fun and games today. But this is a nice little site. I think what we're going to do is drive around to the back here and set up over here, get away from these power lines that are here, and play some ham radio today. And we're going to be doing ham radio in the dark, so 40 meters. You don't do 40 meters during the day. Not for me anyways. 40 meters for DX is a nighttime nighttime band. So that's why we're here in the late afternoon to get set up in daylight, and then we'll play some 40 meters. Just wondering about those LED streetlights. They always end up being a pain in the backside. All right, so for the 40 meter POTA PERformer, you need the Chameleon. Let's see if we get that in focus here. The Chameleon M25 40 meter coil right there. Don't know if I can get it any better. There you go. So you need the 40 meter coil that just sits right on top of the mount here. And then you need a 25 foot Chameleon whip. Well, you don't need a 25 foot Chameleon whip. You need a 25 foot whip. Doesn't need to be Chameleon, but that's what I got. I got Chameleon whip. And what I would also recommend is getting some support for your tripod, because the 25 foot whip can get a little bit breezy in the wind. And then you need your counterpoise. And J Systems made these cool little adapters that sit on top of the snow spikes or the snow pegs, or the snow poles, whatever you want to call them, so you can get this thing raised off the ground. So 40 meter Japan for us is going to be straight that way. That's a long path to Japan. So we're going to go at a 90-degree angle and hopefully get all of our signal going, well, a good chunk of our signal going that direction. All right, so there you go. We got the 40 meter counterpoises up, got our snow pegs about halfway, running over to here, and we're pretty close to the direction we want to go for Japan. Yeah, pretty darn close, I would say. Let's put the compass up on the screen so you can see the direction we want to go for long path Japan. 345 degrees from here is short path, so we're going to go 180 the other direction. Actually, we just want to bring it over just a little bit more to the right. There we go. That should work quite well. Need to bring this one over just a bit. Not happy with this one yet. There we go. That should work quite well. So we'll get the whip up there. We're going to put our just some weight at the bottom of the tripod. I ordered some sandbags. Off Amazon the other day, so I'm just waiting for them to come in. But this case here will work fine for weighing it down. Just in case we get a gust of wind, the tripod can be a little bit on the flimsy side if we get some wind. But a couple bungees and the Pelican case usually does a pretty good job holding it down. Heavy enough. There we go, 25 foot whip up in the air. The Chameleon telescopic whips are built fairly well, so I don't think we're going to have any issues with them. Where the other ones I had from a 17 foot dipole I had, or 20 meter dipole I had, were a little bit more on the flimsier side. These Chameleon ones seem to be very well made. Okay, so before it gets too dark, just a quick rundown. We got our coax cable here going into this choke. We got the Chameleon M25 antenna with a 25-foot stainless steel whip, the 40-meter counterpoise hooked onto the bottom of the mount here, and our counterpoise elements running out. We're aiming long path Japan right now. So we'll see how it works. I don't know if it's got a really good front to back ratio, but we'll see. The SWR is not totally flat, but we'll see how it works. So we're sitting at 7170. I'm gonna go down to 7128 because that's where the long path net is. Let's see what the SWR is. Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot testing. Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot testing. So it's 1.6, 1.7 on 7128. We'll see how the amplifier handles. The R-Italy amplifier is a little bit finicky that way. We'll see how it works. Well, the amplifier seems to be doing okay. We'll see how it works out on the long term, though. Let's get a frequency, get on the air, make some contacts. We're going to be using our special event call again, Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot, just because we have it. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters. Hello, CQ 40 meters. This is special event station, Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters. Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. CQ 40 meters. The K index is 5. Ooh, should have stayed home. Echo Alpha 8, Charlie Whiskey Alpha. Good afternoon, 5 and 9. Thank you, my friend. 7-3. This is Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot, CQ 40 meters. Kilo Alpha Charlie? Japan Hotel 5, Kilo Alpha Charlie. Good afternoon. You're 5 and 9, 59 on my vertical antenna, running barefoot, 100 watts, over. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, and good to get you in the log. 7-3. Yeah, I got Japan on the long path with the POTA PERformer, not even running power. And 1.7 to 1 SWR. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters. Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. Victor Oscar 1, Golf Uniform. Thank you. You're 5 and 9 off the back of the antenna. Thank you, my friend. 7-3. This is Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot, special event station. It looked like my little project worked, working long path Japan. Yes. Now I got some QRM. Japan Foxtrot 1, the uniform Mike Kilo. Nice signal. Tada. 59. Thank you for the 59, my friend. Over the long path, 7-3. Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot, CQ 40 meters.
Victor Echo 1, Golf Romeo Papa.
Victor Echo 1, Golf Romeo Papa. Nice signal, 59 into Grande Dique, New Brunswick.
Yeah, 59 Stewart into Antigonish, 73 base.
Hey, Rich, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. 7-3. Victor, I got 2 Japans. I'm very happy.
Right on. Yeah, I heard you calling DX, but then you didn't, so that's why I jumped in. Hope I didn't break your protocol there.
Oh, no, I was just seeing if there's any more JAs. I got 2 so far, and I was testing the POTA PERformer with the amplifier on 40 meters. I just got the new kit, and the SWR is a little high, and the amplifier complained, so I'm just running barefoot.
So with the second, are you going to use it as a reflector?
No, I got them out. You know how you do the POTA PERformer with the 2 elements out at 90 degrees for directional? I have it that way on 40 meters.
Oh, right on, yeah. I'm rebuilding my PERformer over the winter here. I just got it done.
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy the next one. I think it's the Challenger that does 20 through 6. I'm going to try that one out and do some testing on that one over the winter.
Yeah, good for you. I look forward to that video.
Yeah, 7-3, Rich. Thanks for getting in. We're going to have our long path net on Japan long path net on 7128 starting at about 5:15.
Perfect. I'll listen in. Thanks.
7-3. This is Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot, special event station, QRZ. Italy Tango 9, Bravo Lima Oscar. Thank you. 59. Thank you. Ciao. Victor Charlie 9, Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. All right, everyone, we're back in the shack. I have to apologize. It did get dark really, really fast out there tonight. So we're back in the shack looking at the QSOs. We had 144 QSOs, but the whole test of this video was to see how the POTA PERformer worked with 40 meters. So I had a bit of an issue with the SWR. Couldn't get it really below 1.7 to 1. So I reached out to Greg, KJ6ER, to see if I was doing something wrong and maybe some tips to see. It should be, I was told it should be a lot better than that. So we'll see if we can get that corrected. Not to worry, our first POTA PERformer video, we had some problems with the SWR as well, but that, as I learned, I figured it out, and I'll pass that along to you once I learn something. Maybe I did something wrong. Who knows? Anyway, we got 144 QSOs in the log. More importantly, we made four QSOs with long path Japan on 40 meters, which was our whole test tonight to see if the POTA PERformer would work on long path 40 meters to Japan. So if you're not familiar with long path, basically in a great circle route of how signals travel across the earth, there's a short path, which is obviously the shortest path between 2 points, and the long path, which is the exact 180 in the other direction. So this time of year in New Brunswick, on the East Coast basically, the sunset on the East Coast corresponds with the sunrise in Japan. So we're able to leverage the gray line on the long path on 40 meters to make contacts in Japan. Works out really well. So I'm pretty excited that that worked. We made a few other contacts into Europe. The K index jumped up to 5 and then kind of settled back down around 3. So 40 meter band conditions, they were rated to be fair today anyways. But one thing I have learned is long path propagation is a complete different beast altogether. Propagation long path was great. Short path propagation, not so good. I was hearing Japan better than I was hearing East Coast United States. So there you go. All right, so the POTA PERformer on 40 meters. I'll give it a thumbs up. I got some work to do still on it, but so far, again, this antenna never ceases to amaze me. I'm going to look at getting the Challenger next, and we're going to try that. And I also got the buddy pole. So I may do that in the next few weeks, is go out to that same location, the exact same setup, but use the buddy pole this time instead of the POTA PERformer. And we'll see how the results vary. Now, it's not going to be a true test because propagation changes daily. It'll give us a rough idea. I'm Stuart Victor Echo Charlie Foxtrot. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm trying to make better videos, educational, showing you some of the stuff I use, and hope you get some out of it. We'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you later.